Hey, good morning, everybody. It is November 1st. Hey, we've made it to the beginning of November of 2015. I couldn't sleep last night. It's Halloween time. The kiddos were having fun, and certainly enjoyed seeing that. But as I'm having the fabulous time with my children, I started to think about something that's been on my mind. We're an average sized company. We've been blessed to grow to have multiple crews. And have been pretty prosperous. Sometimes we've had upwards of 25 employees. I think right now we're around 12. This industry is fluctuating so rapidly, and obviously, if you read the papers every day, our numbers are declining all the time. However, good firms are going to still have work. It's not like we need to throw in the towel yet. However, it brings me up to one of my subjects that I like to really talk about, and it's employees versus subs, the 1099 compared to the W-2 model. Listen, first and foremost, man, let me introduce myself. I'm Brett Douglas, Ironclad Preservation, founder of the FAST Network, our nonprofit arm to help other contractors. Listen, I'm going to go on the record here and put a disclaimer in. How you do your business is your business. Don't ever let anyone tell you how to run your thing. You know how it is. It's your company. You built it. Be proud of it. I'm extremely proud of what I've accomplished. Everybody wants to take it from me, but however, I put my heart and soul out there every day. But when I have a serious problem is the fact that companies want to sub the work out to people and keep the lion's share of the money. I have great friends that do some of the subbing models. Gene O'Neill with, for what it's worth, does a fantastic job of being a great employer, a great client. He has vendors that work for him. He takes care of his people. He's like me with my employees that I treat like family. However, he's the exception, not the rule. The average jackass that's out there is taking 40, 50, 60% of the income and trying to get Craigslist hacks to go out there and perform the work, and is ruining our industry. You say, what am I talking about? Well, I don't do that. Let me illustrate the point. There's a person running around, advertising for Safeguard, in Florida. I don't know. I had a relationship with Safeguard years ago. Let's just leave it at that. They, if I seem to remember correctly, they don't even believe in HUD pricing. They have their own little thing called, what was the term that we used to battle over? Industry standards or industry pricing. Hey, Safeguard in your big white castle, imagine this. We don't even have an industry standard as to what a cubic yard is. Well, actually we have a cubic yard measurement. That's one thing when you rip people off. We don't have an understanding because I guess by you guys, we should cut mattresses up and break furniture apart into the smallest thing. Last time I looked, I'm not a freaking trash compactor. I might be built like a tank, but I can't compress a freaking furniture so that you can say it's only a third of a yard. But we don't have a standard of how to do anything. There isn't a one proper way to do a lock change or a proper way to trim bushes. We all just go out there and do our best job every day to try to think we're succeeding, But hey, you guys create your own pricing metric, if I remember correctly, and then you give a discount on top of that, and then, at the end of the day, yada, yada. But we've got real rocket scientists out there that are prime vendors for Safeguard, muscling in out of different states to Florida, and they're going to, wait for it, $17 lock change. And they're going to pay you. This is. I feel like I won the lottery. They're going to pay me. Are you ready for this? $25 to cut an initial yard up to an acre, 12 inches. Let me blink my eyes. I'm moving. Really? $25? Did you just hit the crack pipe and put it down? $25? I don't even have a recut I like to do under 40. But you're going to be generous enough to pay me $25. And then your comment is you don't do much grass recuts. Really? Really? What would you pay someone to do that? $10? Man, get out of Florida with that nonsense. $25, $17. And then of course they have a plethora, let me throw out a dime store word, a plethora of photo documentation. They want you to document 5 million things, so guess what? You can miss that one picture, and then they don't have to pay you that $17 and $25. Man, I would whoop your ass if I saw you on a property offering one of my fellow brothers and sisters $25. And if you're in Florida and you're taking $25 to do an initial grass cut up to an acre, you need to call the mental health place and say you're a preservation junkie and you need some help. Help is on the way. Dial 911 and say, listen, man, this just ain't working right. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there is no justification in the world for that type of behavior. And some more of the funny pricing. We're going to do a roof tarp, 20 by 30, for $75. You're so freaking generous, you should be Santa Claus. Put on the red suit, put the white hat, and just go out and spread that Christmas cheer everywhere. But instead, you're doing preservation cheer for everyone. Last time I looked, I can't even buy a tarp for that. Nonetheless, furring strips, hey, we might be rednecks here in Florida, but we actually employ, the 1x2x8 furring strips, preferably pressure treated for a bundle that are $129 a piece, and you've got to use them every fucking feet to, go around the tarp and stuff, and then you have to use nails and stuff, Then, on top of that, we aren't hillbillies here. We tie off. We don't want to get snagged by OSHA for doing something illegal. Utilizing a ladder over 6 foot, putting our employees in the most dangerous situation in preservation industry. But you're going to reward us with $75. Really? Really? I get $750 for that size tarp because when my employee falls off and cracks his head, and if he doesn't die and he has a long-term injury, my workers' comp's through the ceiling. 58 cents on the dollar, but you're going to reimburse me 75 cents for that job, basically. Not really, 75, whatever, cents to me, because you have no sense if you do it. I wouldn't do it anyway. That's where I have a problem with W-2 or subs. Now, if you're like one of my friends, I have companies in the north that sub work out that are good friends of mine. They take a small percentage over a large scale instead of KYing it out to labor and getting a large percentage and a small amount of volume. This cat that was coming into Florida is bragging about his top crews make $5,000 a week. Really? Damn, what are you doing? $30,000 of volume and you're paying him $5? You should be real proud of yourself. I bet, I'm going to go out on a freaking limb here, and I bet that dude's a broker. You want to bet? I bet you he's a broker. Wow. That's what you call a dangerous mix. A broker doing property preservation work. I once had a broker tell me when I was starting out in this industry, hey, I was doing tree work and I charged the cat $50 an hour, when I was naive. I just based it on, man hours and I did 50, which by the way, this cat tries to do projects and bidding on, materials and man hours and stuff. Then he'll tell you what he's going to pay you. Hello, McFly. We're independent contractors. We set the price, not you. In your crack haven, we're up there hitting that pipe. But I had a broker tell me once that in his white shirt and his little tie that he makes $50 an hour or whatever, and he wouldn't pay me. And, I went to school. Yeah, I went to school. I have all kinds of certifications. I'm a master of all the things. But this guy, I don't know. Do you think being a broker is something important? Last time I looked, they're begging people to go to realty class. Go be a realtor, 3 weeks, sitting there, you take a test, then to be a broker, you go and do some more hours, do this and that. Man, we're not talking about brain surgery here. What are you, freaking a doctor? I mean, are you a lawyer? Do you go to 9 years of school? Why do people discredit what preservationists do? What is wrong with you? We have to know an abundance. Let me throw out another word. We have to know an abundance of items every day just to complete a run. You know, we have to master a whole lot of skills that most people just do one of those to create a livelihood for themselves and pay for their family and, feed little Timmy and all the things I mentioned before, pay gas and do stuff, the right way. Can I tell you a number? I spent $400,000 last year on fuel alone. Think about that. I bought $400 of gas last year. $400,000. Do you think I'm going to sit and listen to you tell me that's my new look, man, on the subbing model. For $75, you're going to pay me to tarp a roof. Bro, you better get on that plane and fly down here and do it yourself, because I'm not tolerating that. But hey, enough of the rant and raving. I tell you right now, however you run your business, just don't do crap like that. Don't come into my neighborhood and think you're going to bid stuff out like that you're just doing us a favor. W-2, or if you are a 1099er, take care of your people, man. Take a smaller percentage and let that person pay his bills. I don't know. Does it make sense? Hey, if you're a contractor, need some help, give us a call. 386-774-0800. Ironclad Preservation, if I forgot to mention that 20 times. We're here to help you. If you need to have your contracts reviewed, I'm not an attorney, but if you need to look at the general thing, oh, by the way, this cat that's doing all this nonsense, first thing he has in there is a release of lien and don't hold him and safeguard responsible. Hey, not going to happen. But anyway, call us. We'll look at your pricing. We'll tell you what's fair is fair. Maybe you don't know. No bad questions here, man. We're here to help you. God bless you. We'll get another video out. Have a great day. Happy November. Bye.